Hello everyone, Relica here. This is going to be another nighttime reaction, but I really can't think of a better way to end the day. I really can't, than with an episode of Red versus Blue. So last time, we ran into what looked like a Power Rangers villain. At least the Power Rangers from the 90s. I don't know what the new ones look like. We had no idea what his deal was other than he was searching for Tucker. And they were heading to Chorus. Which brings me to the title here, Chorus Lessons. So I guess we're going to dive right into that and see what that's about. I'm going to go ahead and start now.
What are you doing? No, please, no!
Oh, that's an opening.
Rosebud.
What?
Just a few more inquiries, ma'am. Did you attempt to witness any other particular individuals in the general vicinity of the area in which the crime scene was alleged?
Jesus Christ. Look, what he means is, did you see anybody?
No, I just found him lying there and called the police. Is he okay? Did they take him to General?
We're asking the questions if you
Something's going
Does
on.
the alleged victim have any enemies, arch-enemies, nemesises, or particular people of an interesting nature to which the crime may be motivated by whom?
No, I don't know. Who's the attending doctor?
Just a few more inquiries, if you so please, to be of grateful assistance to law enforcement investigators.
You stop. You don't even sound like a cop.
Just doing my job, Bitters. It's called going by the book.
What book?
Law and Order. Dun dun.
Ugh, gross. CSI Miami for life.
He's gonna be okay, right? Can you please tell me where they took him?
Do you profess to have any knowledge of the alleged victim's
So did he actually get shot?
Dead?
No. He's
Or
not.
is this something that he and she staged?
With a bullet lodged in his alleged posterior.
He means dude got shot in the butt.
Charlie, we're supposed to be establishing a perimeter.
I just want to be included.
So, he's fine.
I remember these guys.
But if you ask me, something about this case just doesn't sit quite right. It all feels rather cheeky.
Cheeky, huh?
I can see the headlines already. Journalists assaulted on Chorus. Peace talks abandoned.
Dr. Gray, I was hoping to speak with you.
Off the record. As you know, I'm not an official representative of Chorus, Miss Andrews.
You know me?
I recognize you from your byline. You wrote a fantastic piece about the Stewart insurrection.
That was almost 10 years ago.
And now you're here. Funny, the vultures usually show up after the slaughter.
I'm not here about the UNSC or whatever they're planning with Chorus. I'm here about the Reds and Blues. You've read about their attacks in the press?
Of course. Those criminals have caused substantial damage to our planet.
Well, what if I told you those criminals are not the Reds and Blues you know?
Oh, of course not, sweetheart. When I said criminals, I wasn't referring to the Reds and the Blues. I was referring to you.
Beg pardon?
You in the press. By continuing to insinuate that those criminals are somehow our insurgents, a baseless accusation the UNSC was quick to overreact to. But I'm sure invasions make for a great news day.
I don't want an invasion. I can help Chorus by finding the real Reds and Blues. But Kimball won't talk to me. I can't get within a mile of her.
The president refuses to be interviewed.
Yes.
So you shoot your cameraman.
What? He was shot, but...
The clotting present in the patient's posterior places the time of attack approximately 5 minutes after your call.
I figured it was something like that.
Very fast reporting, Miss Andrews.
Look, I needed to talk to you. Please, help me get to Kimball.
Oh! I assumed you assaulted your cameraman to stir up cheap headlines. But instead, you flatter me. You're a little bit crazy, aren't you? I like that.
So you'll help?
Nope. President Kimball is fighting to reopen peace talks with the UNSC. I will not burden her with this.
Well, who's the UNSC's diplomat?
Ooh! Are you going to shoot them too?
No more shooting. I have connections at the network.
Very well. The diplomat is Alfred Packard.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. Just keep me off the record.
Not for the tip. For fixing up my partner.
If you think he'll still be your partner after this, then you really are crazy.
I am prepared to deal with the consequences.
Consequences don't always take the shape we expect them to, do they? They're funny like that. Ooh, I love this song.
Psychiatric evaluations for everyone.
Okay.
Ahoy hoy, Interstellar Daily, James Adler speaking.
Hi, James.
Dylan! You're alive! Where are you? I've been worried sick. Are you okay? Is everything okay?
I'm still on the story.
Carlos is gonna be livid. He's talking about criminal charges. You need to get back here.
I need a favor, James. Between us. And no one else can know.
That's why you're calling. No. Hi, honey. How are the cats?
I'm sorry. It's urgent.
Are we still married?
Can we please talk about that later?
You left without a word. What am I supposed to think?
I don't know. Everything is just a mess, and I needed some time to think, and right now I really need that favor.
You're killing me. What is it?
Alfred Packard, the UNSC diplomat assigned to Chorus. I need his full file from the paper's database. I think I recognize his name from the Saruman leak last year, so throw that in too.
Got it. I'll send you what I find.
I promise we'll talk when I get back.
Yeah, sure.
Well, that's interesting. I would not have thought she had ever been married. Is still married from the looks of it.
President Kimball, thank you for agreeing to speak with me. I have some questions.
I'm sure you do. But you're going to have to answer mine first, Miss Andrews. How did you convince Packard to reopen our peace talks?
Packard's corrupt. He's smart enough to pay off the right people, but not smart enough to know you should never shortchange a hooker, especially given his interests. I threatened an expose, but he preferred to back off his hardline with you instead. It's temporary.
Understood. But the respite has brought us hope nonetheless.
Your real hope is with the Reds and Blues. If they resurface and are proven innocent, then Chorus is saved.
You didn't come here to advise me, Miss Andrews. You want something.
I want them.
Well, as I've said, time and time again, I don't know where they are.
With all due respect, I don't buy that.
With all due respect, I don't care. You want the Reds and Blues, and I want to know why. So you're going to explain your intentions to me before this conversation continues. But believe me when I say, I'll know if you're lying.
Fine.
What do you want with the Reds and Blues?
I want to talk to them.
Why?
To get the facts.
That's not good enough. Be specific.
People are quick to jump to conclusions. They see something or hear something and fit it into a preconceived emotional box. The Reds and Blues are terrorists. It's up to people like me to find the buried truth and expose the real facts. Because truth and fact are the currency of the galaxy. It's how wars are bought and invasions are justified and leaders are elected. I want facts. Facts are found at the source, with them. That's one reason. The other is that I don't think their story is really over and I need to see how it ends. If you won't help me, I will find them anyway. Of that, there is no question.
Santa?
Come again?
Dylan Andrews' intentions are as she says.
Anything she's
She's
not
got the
saying-
alien AI.
Nothing of note. Would you like to know what she's afraid of?
Another time.
It's currently me.
Alien AI construct. New trick.
And a very close friend. I think we may have found our messenger.
So it would seem.
What's going on? What messenger?
We received something meant for the Reds and Blues. A message. We can't trace its origin, and we can't safely deliver it to them with the UNSC hanging over our heads.
Thus, we require a herald.
So you do know where they are.
The Reds and Blues saved us. We owe them everything. So when they told me they were done, that they were finished with all of this, that they just wanted to be left alone, I did my best to repay our debt.
She's protecting
Please
them.
don't make me regret what I'm about to tell you.
I won't. You'll be able to hitch a ride home from here. When you get back, just tell Carlos what happened. You'll be compensated.
So that's it? You're firing me? I can't come along?
How can you say that? I shot you?
I know. I can't wait to tell my friends once I make friends. So
Oh
cool.
my gosh,
So you're
this
not a
guy.
Oh, hell no. That was some Kubrick level dedication on your part. Mad respect.
If you're serious, you have to know. We're rogue. No budget, no backing, no intern credit, no turning back.
I'm in.
You got grit, Jax. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that and as soon as I get back, my student loans kick in.
I hear you, buddy.
Theater after all.
Then they'll be in very good company.
Well, that looks semi-peaceful, except for the ominous storm cloud background. Tucker? Caboose? No, Tucker's Aqua. This might be Caboose. It's gonna be Caboose.
Ah, who are you?
Yes, it's Caboose.
Fuck.
Caboose! No! Don't end it right there! Oh, come on! You can't be serious! They just found my favorite blue soldier! I was like, wait, at first I couldn't remember who was who, and I was like, wait, no. Tucker's always going on about how he's Aqua, so this has gotta be, I was like, it's gotta be, it's too perfect and too serious a moment not to be spoiled by Caboose right there. Oh, I hate these cliffhangers. Oh, so the first blue she encounters is Caboose. How fitting. Well, look at it this way. If your camera guy was anywhere nearby, then you just got some pretty interesting footage to start out with. Hence, my first meeting with the Blues started with one of them falling off of a cliff. As you can see, real serious villains here. So that's interesting. I wondered who would be in charge of Chorus, and it looks like it is still Kimball. So Kimball has retained control over it for quite some time. I'm guessing that the Rebels and the Republic are still united as one. The Reds and Blues did save them from Felix and Locust and Horde Grove, so it does make sense that Kimball would be doing everything she could to protect them. It makes sense. it makes sense that after everything that happened, especially with the way Church went out, that they might just be tired of the fighting and want to be left alone. I mean, you can't blame them after 13 seasons of everything they went through, of being used as pawns time and time again, of just wanting some peace and quiet. I'm trying to imagine what happened at the end of season 13 right now. I mean, whatever happened in that conflict, I mean, obviously the Reds and Blues survived. They survived to get away and disappear. But somebody still wants to have a smear campaign against them. The only person I could think of with the motive for that is Karin Industries. But then, like I said, who is that Power Ranger looking motherfucker we saw in the last episode? It's gotta be whoever he's working for. I mean, the only other person I can think of that had a grudge against Tucker is Felix, but I mean, that's obviously not Felix. A part of me does kind of want to have Felix have survived because he was just such a great villain. I don't know. I don't know. Rooster Teeth is good at this. They're good at this. They're so freaking good at this. The more story you get fed, the more questions you end up with at the end. Man, and I was just thinking, you know what? This week went by so fast. I can't believe we're already on another episode. And now I've gotten through watching this episode and I'm like, oh shit, I can't believe I'm going to wait another week again. So, I don't know. Who do you guys think is behind this smear campaign for the Reds and Blues? And I can only think of one group of people with the motive. So, I mean, I don't see why the mainstream news would be interested. The news guy, her boss, the person she was talking to in the beginning, seemed kind of aggravated and tired of it and said they were an old story, let it go. I mean, it's not really a mystery why they wanted a quiet life and why they'd want to disappear. I mean, even if they hadn't become wanted criminals, it would still make sense after everything they went through to kind of just want to be left alone. I can kind of get that. You know what? For the time being, though, I'm just happy we got to see Caboose again. So happy we got to see Caboose. I mean, I feel like we didn't get as much of... And I'm sorry, it sounds like I'm talking through my nose right now because I do have a cold. I feel like we didn't get to see as much of the blue team during season 14 as I would have liked. I mean, we got to see them bits in there, but I feel like we got more of the red team than the blue team. That's just how I felt about last season. Not enough Caboose. Plenty of Sarge, though. Which I can't really complain about that, because I love Sarge, which is really lucky that Dillons didn't run into Sarge, because as paranoid as he probably still is, oh god, he's probably more paranoid now that they're wanted criminals than he ever was in his war against the Blues and Reds. She'd have probably gotten, like, shot on sight or something if she'd have been met by Sarge. So it's a good thing she met a harmless one like Caboose. Man, I gotta wait again. I got to wait again. At least there's one good thing. There's one silver lining here. Red vs. Blue is a longer series than Ruby. So at least there'll be more than 12 episodes. Be able to really get into this. Again, always left with more questions than answers. Anyway, if you enjoyed this reaction, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode.